Shout out to Black Men. Welcome to FBA Men United channel. And what's going on, brothers? Back at it with another live stream, the third live stream on this channel. And I want to get on here and talk about these pandering black males, content creators. They so obsessed with passport bros. I was gonna make a video about make a live stream about about Smokey Robinson. But I'll wait to make that live stream this Friday coming up. This Friday coming up, I'll wait to make that live stream. Well, tomorrow, tomorrow is Friday, so I'll do it Saturday. I'll push it to Saturday. But yeah, this is gonna be the live stream of these dudes who keep coming out here shaming the passport bros and all this and that. And the thing is, man, this is unbelievable because they love, they love to, they love to, come at passport bros and all this and that. If you're a black man and going overseas and look for a better life, you will have these beta pandering black males will have an issue with that because they think they really think you know they really think they doing something by trying to shame and guilt. Because let's be realistic, man. These pandering black males, they really bozos in real life. They are bozos. And that's exactly what they is. They bozos. That's exactly what they is. They complete bozos. All this shaming and guilting and all this and that. This is what they do. I think this you know, but it just always the same old stuff, man. Every time when black men go overseas, I tell you this, man, we're gonna get into this video in a minute because this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous, man. And hold on, give me a second. Let me do something right quick. I don't know who that is, but salute. What's up, man? You say you just subscribe? Man, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it. Salute to you, man. Salute. Salute. But yeah, man, let me go and get to this video because this is ridiculous, man. me see if I can find this video. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. But let's go on and get to this. Mm-mm-mm. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm just tripping. I don't know. But yeah, we about to go and get into this. Hold on, give me a second. Yeah, let's go ahead and get into this, man. Go ahead and get into this.
Gee, it's not even going in. It's just falling straight out. It's a whole something happening. Fellas, if you looking for a woman that would do what she told and shut up and cooperate and be submissive and cook during the week and make your lunch.
Forget it, Keisha. We're not taking that advice.
That's me.
Nah.
You don't need to look no further. Okay, I know these women out here got mouths on them. I don't got no mouth on me. I know when to shut up. I know when to listen. Okay, I know when to let a man lead.
Yeah, what up,
I know
man?
you run the house. I stand next to you. You my king.
You got me messed all the way up.
Complete rage bait. Like, these women right here, they're just chameleons, and this is just another one of them. I wouldn't believe anything that this woman said, and it's just...
I didn't even believe. Listen, I tell brothers to stay Keisha free, man. Brother AC be telling brothers to stay Keisha free. Don't accept the reach back, as brother AC said. But let's continue.
She's kind of giving me the creeping me out, because she's just giving that energy off of next Friday, you know.
Tell your fine daddy I said,
That's that scene for Friday after this. You know, Ice Cube and Mike Else, man. You remember Miss Pearly was over here saying that, and Data and Craig had got disgusted. That's funny. But let's continue.
You said no. I pay all my bills. I do all this by myself. How you gonna tell me anything? Like, so if I paid your bills, can I tell you how to dress? You gotta pay my bills. You gotta do a lot. It gotta be more than just that. Okay, pay my bills. Everything for it gets to be done. And then you can tell me how to live, first breathe. Nigga, okay, daddy.
If you dudes would do that, you wasting your time doing that. I'm just gonna sit here and tell you that. Because this is the games that they like to play. And I don't understand this, man. You like what is going on, man? What is going on? Like, let's continue, man.
All right. But you ain't doing all that.
You be the same pandering black males content creators. They will get on here and say, "Oh, well, you bashing black women. Oh, you hate black women." But these be the same. They put this out them themselves, man. Like these dudes, I'm telling you, man, they would say anything, bro. They would say anything for Keisha's validation, man. But let's continue.
And the crazy thing is, who's going to tell her? Who's going to tell her that nobody is ever going to do that? Nobody's going to trade in those types of resources and the crazy ideas that she has for a demand when, you know, you just offer 2 sandbags in the front and some rolled over coochie. Just saying. I think I'll pass.
Remember why you started. Before you quit, I want you to remember why you started.
When was the last time somebody told you, I'm proud of you? Just simply, I'm proud of you. You're doing a good job. Keep going.
Well, being honest here, I believe
Black men, this is their mindset. And you got Negroes like Philip Scott. I'm gonna get to him in a minute. He just recently dropped out a video. This dude, I'll tell you, man, I'm tired of his ass. I'm tired of him. But let's continue.
most of my viewers will agree with me when I say that men really don't get that. We don't receive that because it's like we're already expected in general as men to do the do. We got to do it. We don't make excuses. We get out there. We don't cry about it. And we know that's a part of our makeup and we know that's a part of our mating process. So, yeah, men, we really don't get people unless it's our woman and this woman really, really like is our ride or die woman, like a real woman. You know what I'm saying? It have to be ride or die, but just
Man, they don't want. I don't know about that, bro. I don't know about that. How the way, cause let's say like black men were going through the hard time, and he was on going broke. These would be the same Keishas would divorce him in a minute. These would be the same Keishas would divorce him if he was broke. But this is what I be talking about, man. Tell you.
woman that you vetted and you know her intentions have been pure and she's proved it so far. That is the only time guys actually get any type of recognition or somebody telling, hey, you're doing a good job. You don't complain or a pat on the back. Man, we don't want a pat on the back. If we have a girl, we have access to women. We want a pat on the Johnson with their box, honestly.
See, it's time to tell the truth and shame the devil for once. See, the reason.
Here go a simp. This pandering black male. Watch what he finna say about passport bros. Look, watch this. Here it is.
Why a lot of these passport bros like running overseas, hooking up with these women in third world countries, is because they like suppressed women.
Wrong. That is no. We like women that are not depressed.
You see what I'm saying, man? These plantation bros. And salute to the brothers that come up with that term called the plantation bros. Who try to cover out the passport, man. I even said that in the live stream yesterday, man. And I was laughing about that, man. I was laughing about that. Cause man, these dudes, man, they wanna be stuck on a plantation in America, man. They wanna touch. They gonna eventually get tired of touching that hot pot, bro. They gonna get tired of touching that hot stove. I'm telling you, man, these dudes, these pandering black males, content creators, man, that's all they got for us the shame and guilt. But let's continue.
That's the thing. And when you deal with women in the West and you're talking like you, good old plantation bro Joe, then of course this
Salute.
sounds like a foreign concept. But guys like you who will live and die picking cotton for the Chat GPT bot of the sisterhood, that's not going to give you no box. They're going to.
And I said it before. I even said this on my main channel. FBA Men Unite, man. FBA Men Speak the Truth Reaction channel. That's my main channel. I even said this. Keishas are the new slave master to these pandering black males. These, and I even said this, that these dudes is the black woman's bitch. I even said that I said that in the last live stream on my main channel. I did that a couple days or 3 days ago. I could be wrong, but yeah, man, these dudes are too afraid of Keishas, man. I tell you that, man. They too afraid of Keishas. The only reason they trying to come out and shame and guilt black men to going overseas for a better life is because them themselves, they desperate. These pandering black males, they desperate. They just desperate for attention and want Keishas to. They want Keishas to pat them on the back and give them and tell them good job for calling out black men. This is what these kids. This is what these pandering black males. They want a reward of looking at that as a respect. When in reality, no, you really bowing the knee. You really bowing the knee. You really bowing down and kissing the ranks and worshiping the ground that Keisha walk on. That's something you really doing. And a lot of black men ain't going for that. Black men is not going for that. We say, man, forget y'all. We just tuning out. This is what we doing. But let's continue.
Dangle and say, if you do this video, you can get some pussy, you can get some box. And guess what happens? Snatch it away and you never get anything. So you can fall for the antics all you want, go for the okie doke, but at the end of the day, there's no box for you. And the older you get and the greater you get, the more you'll realize you should have got a passport. But then it's too late and you're nothing but their project, their Chat GPT bot, and most likely their slave.
They like suppressed and oppressed women. And see, a lot of these third.
This is the talking points that they like to say. Oh, black men be oppressing women, be oppressing black women. Well, we ain't. Well, throughout 5 centuries, we never been in this position of oppressing nobody. You're looking at a real oppressor right now. Who's in office? Who run the society? Brad. But oh my god, that's why I tell you, man. That's why I'm not on nobody's side. I'm only on black men's side. I'm on black men's side. I'm not on nobody's side. Cause this is why. For them to sit here and say stuff and all this and that, man, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. I'm telling you, man. It's never good enough, man. It's never good enough.
Countries, they still stuck on these 1910, 1920, 1930, 40, 50, 60 laws where women really don't have rights, women don't have a voice. It's not because these women are better. It's not because those women are more traditional and softer and all this other stuff. No, those women in those third world countries don't have rights.
Nor do they want those fucking rights. And that's the thing. A lot of guys like him, they don't understand that. They just make up the narratives that they hear from the women that they want to smash, but they're too pussy. So how you can tell, you can look into this guy's eyes, you can tell. He's starting to look like a Ninja Turtle in the face. His face resembles.
Join Planet Fitness today
Oh
and
my
save.
god.
Just $1 down, $15 a month.
This commercial will interrupt me every time I do a reaction video.
There's a lot on our plate. Way too many emails. Something of a California raisin, those old commercials.
Dang.
Because he's been stressed out. They've been working him like a dog. 23 hours a day. He gets
And that's his fault because if you want to be stuck on a plantation and try to bow down to Keisha and be to sink Keisha's validation, let him. Because even though you pandering black males that's saying all this stuff, they're trying to convince us that you trying to put us in a position where you can't listen. We're not gonna start doing it. So I don't know why you dudes would think that. Oh well, black men don't want to. Man, please just shut up about that. Just shut up. Cause black men don't need to do nothing. When black men have built America and all this and that, and black men do anything they can to do all this stuff that y'all don't even care about. And then if a black man wouldn't provide for you, you call him weak and all this and that. But let me go on and get back to the video.
probably like 1 hour of sleep, 30 minutes to eat, 30 minutes to sleep, and then his alarm goes off. They got a shot collar on him right now. He was able to, disable it and take it off, but they work him to the bone, and he's still not getting any box for this. He's still not getting any payment, and he's getting gray talking about this subject. So sad.
And a lot of these little revenge of the nerd incel men like to hop in a little time machine with their passport. And, just like in Family Matters, y'all know Steve Urkel when he used to say, "Hi, Laura." And then when he got in that machine and he turned into Stefan, had his chest poked out. That's what a lot of these incel revenge of the nerd men do. They go overseas and they got their little $30, their little $40. See? You want
You look you dusty yourself, simp. That's something that you're doing. So what we talking about? I tell you, man, you better pick another strategy, man. Cause this one, man, this ain't it, man. This ain't it. This ain't it. You pandering black males are too feminine, and you too bitch made. Go be the cleanup man. Go be Keisha's punk. Go be a bitch of these Keishas. Go be that. Go be the Keisha's bitch. Go be that. Stop getting on here trying to convince us that we're the ones out here that's the problem. I'm gonna get into this simp in a minute. This simp. You know who I'm talking about, and I just said it. But let's continue.
Gonna have a good time, do ya? Man, y'all lame, bro.
You lame your goddamn self. You pandering black males. You are the equivalent of being a lame. So what are we talking about? I bet you since you pandering black males that love pandering to Keishas. Let me tell you this. Let me explain something to you. If you are the same dudes, these pandering black males content creators, when you sit here and be on this, hey women, how you doing? And they just look at you like, man, I don't want to talk to you. And then the thing is, you have to transfer from that to being a simp to call out black men because you dudes are too cowardly to have options. You too coward. If you want to be a plantation bros and all this and that, be on the plantation along with Keishas. I'm not gonna feel bad with these same Keishas treat you like a fucking moron, and that's exactly how I'm gonna be. I'm not gonna feel bad for you at all. Come be like, how many times did black men been saying this, and you got on here and talk smack about black men? That's exactly how it gonna be. That's exactly how it gonna be. That's exactly how it gonna be. I don't want to hear no more talk about, oh, black men is the problem. Nah, black men ain't the problem. No, you is the problem, simp. Using that matriarchy gynocratic community, letting Keisha treat you like a freaking dog when you going walking. Because I'm telling you, man, you probably be a Scooby Doo in their mind. You would do anything for Scooby snacks, as I said before. These pandering black males, content creators, would do anything for Scooby snacks. You would do anything to get a pat on the back. If I gotta sit here and talk about black men, I'm gonna get support. This is what y'all do in the back of y'all mind, and you got Keisha support them. But if you want to do that, that's on you. But all I'm saying is, I don't want to hear no crying with these same Keishas that talk to you like this, to treat you like a fool. Because I'm gonna tell you, like, how many times did black men been saying the exact same thing, and you stood on here and told us to stop complaining. That's exactly what I'm gonna tell you. That's exactly what I'm gonna tell you. These are the same dudes that get emasculated, and Keisha's in that relationship of these simps being the man of the house, and these simps are being the feminine. They being emasculated. That's exactly what these simps are doing. They being emasculated by these same Keishas that black men. Every time with black men call Keishas out for what they do, these are the same beta males will get on here will get on here and kiss the feet and worship the ground she walk on. Because like I said before, these dudes are beta males. But let's continue.
I mean, what's more lame? Being chained up by the chat GPT of the sisterhood bot and fighting and advocating for men to not go overseas, not be with eights, nines, and tens to smash some of the baddest women to have peace, but to stay here and deal with women that, resemble linebackers from the 90s that are, weighing way more than you, that are way more masculine, and come 9 times out of 10 choke slam you through your own kitchen table.
And I don't seen that happen. And then the thing is, man, these dudes, man, these pandering black males, man. If I was you, bro, I wouldn't pay these pandering black males, content creators, no mind at all. These are the same dudes that's getting on here condemning black men for dating out and trying to call black men LGBT to do the bidding of these Keishas and what they say about us. This is the same dudes are getting manhandled by these Keishas. They get manhandled. And I even said that on my main channel. And I did a live stream over there 3 days ago. These dudes are getting manhandled, but they had to get on here and talk about black men. It's been a narrative. That's what they do. That's what these pandering black males, content creators, this is what they do. The shame and guilt. Use the same stuff that Keisha used. The shame and guilt and all this and that to try to, trying to talk down on black men. This is what they do. Cause they look at that as a masculine man. No, you really bowing the knee. You sit here and let a Keisha emasculate you. You sit here and let her tell you what to do. But hold on. Back. But yeah, man, these pandering black males, man. Let's get back to these.
No, thank you. Not attracted to water buffaloes or women that look like pterodactyls on the face. You got that, buddy, but they're overworking you. All you got to do is get a passport. But for some reason, him flying, like Fat Joe, he's afraid to fly. He can't sit still for 16 hours on a plane. He just astral projects and projects all of his insecurities and the fact that he has to stay whipped, and they change his name to some numbers because, when the chat GPT gets a hold of you, you're just a number. I just let the truth be told. I know y'all gonna be whining and crying and you're backsliding down in the comment section, but hey, it is what it is. You know, you like women that don't have rights, and that's what y'all want to go back to. So the closest thing to going back in time is.
Man, you gotta be stupid, man. You gotta be stupid. I swear, man, you dudes are so remedial, man. You pandering black males, content creators. You don't even know what you talking about, man. You just getting on here guilt, trying to shame and guilt. This is what you do. This is exactly what you do, man. But let's continue.
Is going to these third world countries. It's time to let the truth be told. Hey man, as y'all can see, we in the middle of song crown, man. We is licked up. Everybody in this bitch wetting shit up, so man. Straight wetting shit up live. Bro, I'm trying to goddamn not get my phone wet.
And the thing about it is, these passport bros, they look like they having a good old time. But this dude who coming over here, this I can't stand dudes with gray on their beard, man. They have so much to say. I'm telling you, it be the older Negroes, man. They be the main one having so much to say. Dudes with gray on their beard, man. I tell you this, man, cause they are the biggest simps. And I said this ever since I started YouTube, man. They are the biggest simp. They'll walk the face of the earth, man. But let's continue.
Hey, fucking mad people, you know. You don't want to step your game up, because these women over here in the West, they got more opportunities. They can do things for themselves, and y'all don't like that.
And that's exactly the same reason why you don't like the passport, bro, because they have.
That's exactly what it is. They don't agree with the passport bros. But let them not agree with the passport bros. Let them. If he want to be stuck here on the plantation, let them be stuck. Let these simps be stuck on the plantation. These be the same dudes. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. They will come out trying to complain about, oh wow, why the they ain't. I'm telling you, these dudes are so they goofballs in real life, man. You sit here and criticize, and these are these pandering black males, man. But let's continue.
More opportunities and they can do things for themselves. And that also includes going overseas and dealing with other women if the women in their own country.
Kickstart family commitment.
I swear, it's always every time I do a reaction video, it's always a commercial, man. God, in the middle of the video.
Should you choose to accept, don't meet their standards. But the thing is, men like you don't have any standards. And when a man like you has no standards, he will look for the woman to lead. He will look for the woman's input, and he will look to give rights to the woman.
And that's fact. These same dudes.
His responsibility.
Exactly. Just a beta male, man. You looking for a woman to lead, man. Oh my god. But you getting on here talking. Yeah, I'm telling you. These are the same dudes who let them all in their platform. These Keishas, anybody in their platform, and he talk to them greasy and all this and that. These are the same simps. How you seen that with controversial Shannon and all these dudes, man. These pandering black males, man. They don't even look like they apply themselves in real life. They look like they look like what Willie D say, Willie Duke bald head say. He always calling black men uncivilized mutts. This is what you dudes literally is. You uncivilized mutt. You are uncivilized mutt. The only time that you need bills if you gotta pay YouTube, if you gotta do a channel on YouTube about bashing black men. That's why you got your PayPal up, your Cash App, and all this and that up, because you know that you out here struggling and you need YouTube's money for the bills. That's exactly what you dudes need. But let's continue.
With due time, and sometimes in short. Women pick up on this because they're excellent at picking up on chumps, and they box. They just dries up like the Sahara Desert, and they get rid of you eventually. That's why you're not hooked up with any or married to any of these wildebeests that you are trying to fight for here on the plantation. And guys overseas will go overseas. But yeah, man, like you can tell this guy probably has never been raised by men whatsoever, and not strong men. And he is the one that's actually weak because he doesn't have a mindset.
Exactly. It's just like with controversial Shannon and any of these dudes. These dudes are simps and they beta males, man. They beta males. But let's continue.
That is outside of the realm of the safety of the sisterhood. They have him pretty much pistol whipped and titty whipped at this point. But yeah, man, if you see this guy wherever he is, if you actually jokingly flash a passport at him, he might just melt like a snowflake, or he might just melt like one of those witches from the Wizard of Oz.
So it is what it is, man. Y'all just weak. Hey.
Alright, we're gonna get into the next video. We're gonna go ahead and watch one more video. We're gonna get up out of here, man. Like, these dudes are desperate for attention, man. They want a clout chase. They desperate for attention. This is what they pissed off at. Because they mad because black men have more options. If you're a black man that don't have kids like myself, you have more options. This is why they mad. This is why they pissed off and they mad. Because they don't want you to be free. These dudes want you to be on a plantation and let these people control them. But when you say you're not gonna be on a plantation, you're gonna get stuff like this. You weak because you don't want to deal with the modern women and all this and that in America and all this and that. This is what they do because they deal with the modern women themselves, as they like to call it, the modern Keishas, and these dudes, you know, they love to use any shaming tactic. If it's a black man that date outside his race, he gotta be LGBT, according to these pandering black males, and they really use all this shaming language to guilt black men because them themselves they dusty themselves. They don't really have that much option. They had to sit here and put up with a Keisha, treating them like they less than, and they don't want to have options. But they'll sit here and say, "Oh, well, you dudes are weak because you refuse to provide for the women that ain't gonna never appreciate you. They ain't gonna never." And then they like these. I'm telling you, man. This is the most backwards things I ever heard of. That's the most backwards and that's also part of the unspoken Negro contract because they like to shame and guilt. They like to shame and guilt. Like I say, man, this is why I tell you, brothers, man, you gotta move accordingly. It's always about the shame and guilt. We already done seen that. Let me see if I can find another dude that's on here taking aims at the passport bros. Let me see if I can find it. Cause this is ridiculous, man. I'm telling you. I never seen no stuff like this in my life. All the shame and guilt. You dudes that saying this, you don't even really have options yourselves. You just really get on here saying this because you want a clout chase. Hold on. Let me see.
What's going on, family? It's your man BMT, and today we're reacting to a video that has recently went viral in concerns of the passport bros, quote unquote passport bros, and Cartagena. Let's check them out.
All of y'all baby daddy, boyfriends, husbands, cousins, brothers, uncles, and daddies was all in Cartagena this weekend. I traveled to Cartagena to meet one of my friends who was traveling from Ecuador just for the weekend. It was my first time in Cartagena, and my God in heaven, y'all did.
And this is the recent one that's really going viral. This dude listen to the voice in the background, man. This man is talking all zesty and all this and that, man. Listen to this, man. Listen to this. This is the viral clip. You see this dude with a cap on and all this and that. He over here taking aims at the passport, bros. This is the viral clip. Let's continue.
Not lie about the passport, bro.
So right off the rip, we can obviously tell the guy is part of a alternative lifestyle, and
I mean, and I'll tell you this, man. For these pandering black males to be these pandering black males content creators to be obsessed with passport bros and what black men be doing, they probably be productive. These simps probably be producing themselves into the LGBT community. They probably be producing themselves into the LGBT community themselves. They be using zest mics to come out and say something slick because they want to they want a pat on the back. They, like I said, they want a pat on the back. They want a high five for they want a high five from these Keishas, man. If it's all about attacking black men, they'll do anything for Scooby snacks. But let's continue.
you know, not to knock that lifestyle, but we all know that guys like this are going to always have some type of vitriol towards guys that participate in more traditional lifestyles, heterosexual men. So he
Exactly, bro. Exactly. You got this zesty man. Get on here. This zesty pandering black male. Cause you got these dudes who be calling out black men. They probably look at how they talk. They zesty themselves, man. They zesty themselves. Look at that, man. Tell you, man, these dudes are so obsessed with us. They so obsessed with black men having options, man. This is insane. But let's continue.
already got some smoke for us anyway. So let's continue the video.
The plane. I didn't know where I was at. It was black men as far as the eye
Oh
could
God,
see. I
what
took
you
a little
want,
video
man?
while I was in the immigration line. They was grouped up and duped up. You hear me? The line was at least 2 hours long to get through immigration. I promise you, and I'm not lying, right hand to God. They probably
You is lying. We can tell the way you talking, man. You is lying. You probably is lying. You probably ain't even went overseas to see what it's all about. So what is your argument again? But hold on. Alright, I'm back. Let's go and get back to this, man.
Had five women in this immigration line. Everybody else was black men. And I said, oh, there's a story here.
Obviously, you have tour destinations all around the world that you can find a majority of people from a certain sex or race going to these airports and these immigration lines. You can go to DR in some cases. You'll see, women flying out there for their Sankey Pankies. Definitely Jamaica, lines could be full with sisters or women in general. Places like the Gambia. So you can go into any of these tourist destinations, and it can be a majority of people there from a certain sex or even a certain race to a certain degree. On this particular day, maybe it's there for the weekend. Personally, I think guys, Captain, I think he knew exactly what was going on out there. I think he was out there to participate in the activities like everybody else was, because he has a lot of information to just be so-called finding out for his investigation. So he probably was out there doing whatever he was doing, but I just call that part a cap. Like he was out there doing his thing, probably covering up his lifestyle, acting like a regular bro, sampling whatever he was sampling out there in Cartagena.
What was in front of me was a group of 10, bitch. A group of 10.
Listen how the way this man talking. This is the dude who's in the LGBT community. This is the dude, zesty dude, zesty black male that's over here talking and coming at passport bros. This is the zesty dude, zest Mike over here. So you a zest Mike, but let's continue.
They came from Philly. How I really was feeling because I could hear them, I could hear them talking. I was looking at them in line downloading Tinder. I said, the people did not fucking lie. Now, this is my first time in Cartagena. I didn't know what to expect. I was thinking, I've been to Colombia before, I've been to Cali, but I didn't think that I was coming to the whole fest. But that's what the fuck was going on. And anybody with a peon, any type of peon of a brain could see what the fuck is going on.
Man, bro, you need to just get off the camera and rethink what you're saying, zest Mike. You need to get off the camera. These dudes who talk like talking zesty, man. I'm gonna call you zest Mike. Look at you, zest Mike. And brothers, be aware of these zest mics that's come around and trying to shame and guilt. You got those zest mics, they'll shame you too. It's not just these pandering black males. Even it's mainly them. These pandering black males. They got so much to say. They so obsessed with us. But this is why I tell you, man. You gotta be careful, man, because you never know what go on, man. They will follow you and see what you doing, man. That's why I tell you, man. They all clowns and jokes. But let's continue.
Down there in Cartagena, when you walking down the streets, the women is literally pulling on you, winking, calling you. They trying to get it. They working, and they paying for it. They paying for it. They down there buying coochie.
All right, so he was definitely going to certain districts, not necessarily areas, but he was going to specific areas there because he probably was more likely participating in the activities, even if it was a different lifestyle. He was looking for what he was looking for as well, in all likelihood.
Hold on for a second. All back, but let's continue.
Activities, even if it was a different lifestyle. He was looking for what he was looking for as well, in all likelihood.
I was so embarrassed standing in that immigration line
And he was down there looking and buying booty.
because I could just feel the people that's from Cartagena looking at us, because I'm in the fucking line too. They looking at us saying, just look at them lined up.
They probably weren't looking at the passport brothers. No, they were looking at your zesty self. They probably were looking at you because you probably was embarrassed. That's what you were doing. But let's continue.
Lined up to come buy some cat.
I seriously doubt that. I mean, the people are used to seeing that every day. They're used to tourists coming in on the daily. That's their job. I don't think he knows what he's talking about there. Of course, he probably doesn't speak Spanish. There's a language barrier. He's just kind of projecting what he's thinking onto the guys. And like I said before, more likely he's participating in those activities as well. I think that him not knowing what was going on in Cartagena, Colombia, I think that's all cap, personally. And it's just funny seeing a guy like his size, like he's a big kind of fellow. You know, just always when you see them being super zesty, it just like kind of just throws you off a little bit. And you also know that guys like this are basically like the lapdogs of the matriarch. They vie for social acceptance, and despite what people think, it's still not majorly accepted by men in the black community for the most part. So at every chance he's going to definitely take stabs at heterosexual males, right, for acceptance to the matriarch.
All the way in South Korea, y'all didn't lie. I thought y'all was lying. I thought y'all was bitter because, these black men is out here traveling and they got their passports, and that's why I was just so happy that black men just had passports and they was, seeing the world.
Man, dude, get off the camera, man. Get off the camera, Zest Mike. Get off the camera. Get off the fucking camera. But let's continue.
It's just funny because he's using the word black man as if he's not one himself.
I would put him in the pandering black male, even though this dude is zesty. You got some zesty dudes, they pandering black males too. They not on the side of black men. No, you zesty. You zest mites. You on the side of the pandering black males. I'll put you in that box along with these simps. So let's go ahead and get that out of the way. But let's continue.
All the way in South Korea, y'all didn't lie. I thought y'all was lying. I thought y'all was bitter because, these black men is out here traveling and they got their passports, and that's why I was just so happy that black men just had passports and they was, seeing the world. No. Them motherfuckers is lined up to go participate. And you know what? I ain't gonna say too much on here.
Explain it, Zest Mike. Explain it. What they doing down there? What they doing? Instead of just you getting on here shaming and guilt, Zest Mike. What are they doing? I wanna know this, Mike. Give me a specific answer of what they doing. Don't just sit here and say, oh, they just going out here doing this, that, and the third, and you not even gonna explain it. But let's continue.
What was he out there looking for? Once again, he's out there in these areas. He knows exactly what was going on. People, I'm pretty sure he was aware. He's just, like I said, he's just doing this to get clicks and views.
I'm telling you, man, this is how these pandering black males and these minority zest mites, this is what they're doing. They get That's funny how I said that, man. They doing this for clicks and views. They want a pat on the back, and they'll do anything for some Scooby snacks. They want to do anything for Scooby snacks. And that's exactly what they doing. But let's continue.
It's a big difference than guys just going out, doing what they do on vacation, weekend warriors, flying out to places like Sasua and, Cartagena, even Medellin. These aren't necessarily passport bros. They're deeming them passport bros because of the popularity of the term, and they can get clicks and views. That's not the true definition of a passport bro.
me explain something to you about this. Passport bro is when if you got money, you have options. You got your quality dude. You look for a wife. Passport bros is not about tricking. That's passport pookies. That's tricking. Passport bros is looking for a wife overseas and looking for traditionalism, which I believe in. Not going over there to trick with women. That's not what I tell brothers to do. I don't promote that type of stuff. I don't. I don't promote passport tricking. I don't do none of that stuff. I don't do all that goofy stuff that you see the passport pookies are doing. That's the difference between passport bros and passport pookies. The passport pookies, they're trickers. The passport bros is dudes who got options and they looking for a wife and a better option and a better suitable life. That's what passport bros is. Passport pookies is tricking on women and all this and that. And I tell passport bros to separate from passport pookies because they gonna give you a rap from overseas, a bad reputation overseas. So you gotta separate yourself from them at all times. No different what I tell y'all on my main channel when I get done doing live streams and videos. I tell y'all to delineate from these pandering black males and reject Keisha culture at all times. This is what I tell y'all. But let's continue.
Okay? Like I said before, we're a victim of the popularity of the term. It's been demonized for the most part because it was not accepted by the powers that be that feel like they can control what guys do, specifically black men as well. This was not deemed acceptable by the matriarch. So we always gonna catch some slack. Of course, he comes from a certain community as well. So he's looking at
This mites is part of that matriarchy gynocratic community. They part of this stuff. Mites is no different than Pookies and these pandering black males. That's all in that matriarchy gynocratic community. Because these Mite dudes and these pandering black males and Pookies, they was raised by Keishas. They ain't raised by black fathers. No, they raised by Keishas. And Keisha's ilk. This is what they were raised by. But let's continue.
world through the eyes of a female to a certain degree, warp-minded female at that, and he really wants guys to be flying in to see him, right? That's what he really wants. He wants the attention from all these men that he, probably doesn't participate in the same lifestyle that he participated in. So he probably feels a certain type of way. All right.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Salute, man. Salute. That's exactly what it is. That's Mike that just talking about passport, bro. That's exactly what he's doing.
But it's just funny, just really funny because it's like, bro, we already know what type of angle you're going to take. Like, it's blatantly apparent. All right.
Hey, did you know that companies pay hundreds
In the middle of the video, man, it's always got to be a commercial.
But all I'm going to say is y'all was right. And I apologize. I have never seen nothing like this in my life. Child, they was walking the streets of Cartagena in packs, like a packs of wild dogs.
Man, get the hell out of the camera, man.
Look at the cats. I'm speechless. And it's all ages, from 17 up to 70.
Bro, if you kidding me, man? 17. If you're underage, man, I understand if you're 18, but I don't know. But you gotta have more money to travel. Traveling is expensive, man. So you gotta definitely have money in order to travel. But let's continue.
They out there hunting in packs, looking for cats.
Bro, what are you talking about?
And as I'm listening to them, like as I'm in these lines,
why do these mics gotta get on here and talk stuff? Why? We gotta group them in just like group them in with the Pandering Black Male space. So we're gonna do that. But let's continue.
And I'm listening because I'm nosy, bitch. I want to listen. I'm listening to them talking about how they travel throughout Colombia and they go to these different cities and they don't like this city because of this and this city because of that. Yeah.
What you doing? Eavesdropping and what brothers be talking about? This is what you do? Or you a spy agent or something like that? What do you on a mission? So you on a mission to be a spy agent to see what brothers be talking about. So that's what y'all doing when brothers go overseas. So this is what y'all doing. Oh boy, y'all gotta watch these people, man. These people, they insane, man. They insane. You gotta watch these Zest Mites, these Keishas, and these Pandering Black Males, man. You gotta watch every last one of them, and just tell them to kick rocks. But let's continue.
I can't believe it. I cannot believe this. I didn't want this to be true, but it's true. Unfortunately, it's true. And one last thing before I go, they all had on these fake chains. You could tell they were so fake because they were so bright. They were supposed to be like silver or platinum, but they was just so fucking bright. They looked like fucking aluminum on their neck, and everybody had these fake diamond chains on.
The video, like I say, Bunny's pretty, he's pretty capping. Pretty.
You know who did it on reaction to this? This simp public offender. So you listen to a Zest Mite, and that's what you you simp will listen to anything, man. Listen, man. I don't know yet. You probably be a productive y'all still to the LGBT community too, man. You do take anything from a Zest Mite. So this is what you doing. I thought you supposed to be a straight man and all this and that, but you taking advice from the Zest Mite. This is what you doing. Oh my God. I beg to dare differ, but hey man, let's continue.
Right there, we all know number one rules of being a passport bro is knowing to not wear anything flashy in places like Colombia. So even that point right there, those guys aren't passport bros. Those guys are just weekend warriors doing what they do, deemed to be passport bros in order.
Yeah, passport pookies that I tell passport bros to separate from. But let's continue.
For clicks and views. So let me know
Exactly.
in the comment section. Let a reaction video. BMT. We out.
Attention, passport bros. Want to fund your travels while you're on the go? It's easier than ever. Earn cash through tip.
And this dude, he was like he's a passport bro. He go by the name of BMT Live. Man, salute to that brother, man. Salute. Salute to him. But yeah, man, you gotta, yeah, I'm all support of the passport, bro. That's all I'm support of. That's something that I'm support of. And this dude, yeah, BMT Live, he all support of the passport, bros. He support the passport. He make sure y'all check him out to see where he on. Cause salute to this brother, man. Salute. But I'm not familiar with his content, but I'm just now watching his own. I just now watching content. But salute to this man, BMT Live. Salute to him. Salute. But yo man, you gotta watch out for these Zest Mites out here, man. And I'm glad that BMT Live called it out of these Zest Mites trying to shame and guilt. And then another thing, black man, if you're going overseas, man, you can't go over there to trick. That's something for the passport bros. Passport bros is about finding a wife and find a traditional wife. It's not no passport pookie is all doing this all degenerate stuff and tricking and all this and that. That's what passport pookies would do. And I do not support passport pookies. I'm all supporting passport bros. Know the difference. Passport bros and a passport pookie. You gotta know the difference between the passport bros and passport pookies. That's something you gotta understand. But let me go ahead and hop out of here, man. It been over an hour live stream, and yo, black man, we're gonna do another live stream over here tomorrow. I ain't even been working this week because I ain't feel like going to. Well, I did went to work for only one day, and that was this Monday. But yo, black man, you gotta avoid them at all times. Anyway, man, like, comment, subscribe, support the channel, and this is the anti-simp zone on this channel, and you know the rules. And brothers, delineate from these pandering black males, and the new one, delineate from these zest mics out here that's out here trying to shame and kill just like these pandering black males. And reject Keisha Coach at all times. But anyway, man, peace out, man. I'm out of here.